Come on, baby. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yes, sir. 5-0 Pirates, like I called it. Underdog cashing. Let's go. Let me check on them Dodgers real quick. Dodgers 3, Rockies nothing. Psh, why not? Easy money. Let's go, baby. Hey guys, welcome back to Triple Play Sports Picks. My name is Sage, and go ahead and do me a favor. Please subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. Well, it sounds easy, but it's not. With that being said, let's get to the recap for Thursday, September the 23rd. And we had a few picks going on for Thursday's slate. And I had chosen the Dodgers and Rockies going under the total of 10.5 runs. And also the Dodgers minus 1.5 runs. So, Dodgers were up 3-0. Rockies came back with 3. Rockies scored 2 in the 5th. In the 8th inning, Dodgers scored 1 run. And then in the 9th inning, the Dodgers tied it with 2 outs remaining. And at that point, it was 5-5. So at that point, when it's 5-5, guess what? There has to be a runner being forced. So now the over hit instead of the under hit. And what do you know? Max Scherzer wasn't the hero yesterday for the Dodgers. It was actually Max Muncy with the 2-run home run to save the day, because the Dodgers shut it down in the bottom of the 10th inning to cover the minus 1.5. So that was the first pick. And then on the second pick we had was the over 3.5 runs for the Giants. And that one cashed in the 6th inning, where it was at that point 5-6 the Padres. And you know what? The Giants didn't win last night. So that means the Dodgers are now 1 game behind the Giants. And so that was that. The third pick we had was the Pirates, plus 2.5, plus 1.5. And we also had them at the money line at 240. Yes, 240. Now, it was worth a shot. My reaction towards the beginning of the game was impressive, because the Pirates were up 5-0 at one point. But the Phillies decided to look at the scoreboard and looked at the Braves scoreboard and said, hey, Braves lost. Guess what? We need a win. So the final score for that game, Pirates and Phillies, was 6-12. Yes, 6-12. Pirates scored 6 runs. After that, you never heard about those Pirates scoring ever again. Yes, 12 unanswered runs by the Phillies. So that was that. And you know what? It was worth a shot, but it didn't happen. So let's move on towards Friday, the 24th slate. And I'm looking at some picks for just pure baseball today. And I'm looking at the Yankees versus the Red Sox, where the Yankees have Garrett Cole, 15-8, 3.03 ERA. And on the mound for Red Sox is Nathan Eovaldi, 10-8 with a 3.52 ERA. Well, these two teams are in the hunt now to try to stay alive for the wild card, especially the Yankees. They're barely holding on because there's other teams involved that are right behind the Yankees. So I'm looking at the Boston Red Sox run line, and I'd seen a price at 3.5 runs at minus 150. Let's do the over 3.5 runs on the Boston Red Sox. Why? Because Garrett Cole has been giving up runs lately, especially because there's no more sticky stuff going on that they can't use. So ever since that time, he's been giving up runs. So I'm doing the Boston Red Sox over 3.5 runs at minus 150. And on the next pick we have is the New York Mets versus the Milwaukee Brewers. On the mound for the Mets is Tyler Miggle, 3-5, 4.57. And on the mound for the Brewers is Eric Lauer, 6-5 with a 2.86 ERA. And with this one, I'm really liking the edge on the Brewers with Eric Lauer being on the mound, because Mets Tyler Miggle, he gives up a lot of runs. And you know what? It was really, really rough series for the Brewers against the red hot Cardinals as they got swept. And those Cardinals are really, really hot right now. I think they got the second wild card spot, to be honest. So with that being said, I'm going to have the Milwaukee Brewers money line sitting at -148 for them to bounce back after a rough swept by the Cardinals. So the next game I'm looking at is, speaking of the Cardinals, is Cardinals versus the Chicago Cubs. And this one is a doubleheader. And I'm looking at the second game. There's 2 games today for the Cubs game, and I'm looking at the second game. So the second game, we have Jack Flaherty sitting at 9-2 record, 3.08 ERA. And on the mound for the Cubs, we have Zach Davies, 6-11 with a 5.49 ERA. So with this lineup, the way everything's going with the Cardinals, you best believe I'm going for the St. Louis Cardinals money line. Matter of fact, I feel like with the best value to this game is the -1.5 Cardinals, sitting at -120. So let's do the recap for Friday, September the 24th. I'm doing the Red Sox over 3.5 runs. I'm doing the Milwaukee Brewers money line at sitting at -148. And on the second game of the Cardinals game, I'm looking at the -1.5 sitting at -120. So thank you guys for tuning in. Let's hope we have a great day today. Let's bounce back. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. Thanks, guys.